Good evening and welcome back to a Mitch'nandMauck'n About the Cards podcast. And in case you forgot over the last month, I am Mitchell and I am joined by the mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. And not only is he the mouth of the West, he is the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch in Arizona, where tomorrow night, Wednesday, Blackout Wednesday, as you alcoholics call it, it is Gravy Wrestling Night on the main stage. And please, if you are alone on Thursday, join us for our Thanksgiving special featuring turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy. So, once again, that is a Wednesday night. We've got Gravy Wrestling, followed by turkey and gravy on Thursday. Probably a health code violation. Tyrell, we haven't talked since the end of the regular season. What have you done the last 2 months, essentially?
Came back to Missouri for a weekend during deer season, shot some guns, drank some beer. Other than that, man, just watch a little baseball and then watching fantasy football and playing that a lot. So it's about all I do, man, and work. You know how it goes. What you been
Kill
up to?
anything?
Nah, man, we saw 3. That's all it was. We got to shoot a bunch of my little brother builds guns, so shot a whole bunch of those and played around. It was a pretty good time.
Teaching kids. 6'7",
Yeah.
6'7".
Hey,
I need a Band-Aid. Can I go to the nurse? 6'7". That's constantly just in my ear. So fortunately, our school district gave us the week off, so it's been kind of nice just to hang out the last couple days. Pick up my daughter early from school today, so we hung out, spent some family time. Going to
Hell
Kansas
yeah.
City tomorrow for all 7 of us. The whole crew will be in KCMO. Going to go to the lighting ceremony, which will be dope. Get to kind of experience Black Friday in Kansas City. So looking forward to that. But we decided we needed to have a podcast because there's finally some news.
Hey,
That
here we
news
go.
was Heim Bloom making moves, and we're not talking about Ponzo being brought back. Tyrell, Sonny Gray, and $20 million to the Boston Red Sox today. The de facto Cardinal ace being shipped away. What is your reaction to the Cardinals essentially dumping a salary? And we'll get into the rest of them here in a minute.
Listen, I knew it needed to happen. I knew Sonny was going to be traded. I was anticipating the millions of dollars going to go with Arenado, not with Sonny. So that's the only thing that perplexes me about this trade is that money. And also, Heim, I get you. I know you know the Boston organization. Can you trade with somebody else? You're falling in the Mozeliak trap where all he did was trade with the Cleveland Guardians for a while. So can we get somebody else outside of that organization, please?
And there was some familiarity there. The guy they got back, Richard, his name, of course, is escaping me right now, but he's already made 15 big league
Dick
starts.
Fritz.
Only gave up less than 3 runs in 11 of those 15. And then we got the Red Sox number 5 prospect, lefty who throws triple digits. That's pretty exciting. You can definitely see a switch from what the Cardinals are doing with their pitching philosophy, going to guys who just throw smoke at this point.
And I like that we're changing our organization up a little bit on that.
Yeah, it's definitely a move away from the pitch to contact philosophy that they have had over the past several years. And we had talked about it, the big leagues were going to strike out, and Mo thought he'd be the smartest guy in the room and go to contact. And most of that contact ended up 440 feet the other way.
Yes, it did. Yep. Especially off Sonny Gray's balls this year, too.
The Boston fans on Twitter that I was kind of reading about, they were all excited. They think they got an ace. I hate to break it to you, Beantown. At this point, Sonny Gray is not an ace. Wait till that first July start in Boston where it's 100 degrees. He can only throw 80 pitches because he's gassed.
Yeah. That's been his MO,
Then
though.
tell
He
me
goes
if you
5
think you got an
innings,
ace
80
for-
pitches. Yeah.
The Sonny Gray
$20
special, they always had the Maddox, no walks, 100 pitches, 9 innings. The Gray is 5 innings, 80 pitches because it's too damn hot. Tyrell, also looking at some other potential moves here. A left-handed bat is going to be moved this winter. You look at the potential candidates, Brendan Donovan, Alec Burleson, Nolan Gorman, and even a Lars Nootbaar. They got to create some space somewhere. A lot of redundancy there. Donovan's the big name, kind of the star name there you're going to move, the only all-star, so to speak. Who do you kind of think is going to end up being moved out of the 4? You think it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, or possibly all 4?
I think I think they're set on probably getting rid of Gorman and Donovan. Uh, I think that they think that Sagaci's probably going to take over for Gorman at second base, and with the trade of Arenado, I think they're just going to be forced to bring Weatherholt up with what he's going to bring to the table. So I think it's going to be those two. If they're smart, though, I'd also throw Burley into that. I mean, he's at a high value right now. I don't think you can trade Newt now with the injury and the surgery. I just don't think that's going to get a net gain for you in behind big scheme
The
things.
window on Newt is closed. The value for him kind of peaked a couple years ago during that WBC. Oh, he's friends with Otani. His metrics are the exact same, but he doesn't pass the eyeball test whatsoever.
hmm And hasn't passed the eyeball test the entire time. We've known he's been injury prone, so it's there and it's out there.
And my opinion, it's gonna be Donovan. He's cheap enough and expendable enough. Really, he doesn't have a natural position. He can bring you back something of value. Your two best ready prospects in Sajasi and JJ are ready to play probably right now, especially on a team that looks as bad as this team's going to look, which brings me to my next topic. Tyrell, how bad does this thing look? I mean, we're getting rid of Sonny Gray. They're moving on from basically anybody who's not named Fredbird at this point. Is this a 90
Yeah.
to 100 loss team?
I think you're going to be in your 90 losses. I think thinking about 65 to 70 win season out of this organization this year. And that's also the other thing made me scratch my head about the Sonny trade is you're going to go and get more pitching. So why take the net negative on giving 20 million away and Sonny, and why not just keep him and try? I mean, you're going to need pitching, but I know it's going to be cheaper. But I think you're going to be a 90 loss team this year, which is fine. I'm fine with it. I mean, kind of. Still not fully sold on Heim and the rebuild yet. I'm there, not there, but I think you're going to lose 90.
When you look at the potential rotation already, who's your ace? Is it Matthew Liberatore right now? Is it Andre Palante? Michael McGree? I mean, none of that strikes fear even
Kyle
on a
Leahy?
Tuesday through Thursday series against the Pirates. I mean, that's a terrible rotation as of today, 2 days before Thanksgiving. And I don't see them going out and getting a Fernbar Valdez or anyone like that. It's probably going to be a Dustin May, Ponce, who just came over back from Japan. The Cardinals love their KBO MVP type guys. Or the rumors are circulating around a 1-year pillow deal with Miles Michaelis, which would cause St. Louis to burn to the ground.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
But somebody's got to cover 162 games worth of innings.
Exactly.
And that's a
Exactly.
lot on those young
And
arms.
I don't do you keep like they used to with the rotation just going back and forth from Memphis to St. Louis, Memphis to St. Louis? The only thing that's going to work. I also wonder, are you going to get Teague Henslow to run now? You're going to bring him up. I mean, he's injury prone. And I think Himes said why have him in the minors, or I guess that's kind of the philosophy that baseball is going is why keep him in the minors if they got those bullets in those arms? Let's bring him up and let him throw.
They're going to have to get some, those 4A guys, those pillow type deals, trying just to fill the innings because Liberatore fell down the stretch. Palante was terrible after the All-Star break. McGreevy, that's going to be a ton of stuff on his arm. Even if, drafting him in June, there's no way they're throwing Liam Doyle in opening day.
Right. And Kyle Leahy's always been a reliever. So, I mean, you're going to have to stretch him out.
That's the other name I've seen a lot of is Kyle Leahy going to the rotation.
Mm-hmm. They really like his stuff.
We just talked about the pitching. When you look at the everyday 9, are there any building blocks long term right now? Is Burley a building block? They keep talking about runway for Jordan Walker and Nolan Gorman. That runway is closed, in my opinion. But is there anybody? Who are you going to build around that's for the next 5 years to hopefully be somewhat competitive, realistically starting in 2028?
Ivan Herrera. That's about
Ivan
it.
Herrera?
I like Mason Wynn. I think his defense plays.
I mean,
yeah, I think that's it. I think he's your piece right now. He's your bat that you accessorize with, I guess. Get accessories around him.
But there's not a
It's not
single
there for me.
superstar. When you looked at the Nats, no, when the Nats were struggling, they had Bryce Harper. There was hope there. Who you hanging your hat on? Like, hey, we're gonna build around this guy. Even the Royals down the street in Kansas City, you can build around Bobby Witt Jr. You can't build around a Mason Wayne or Javon Herrera. Those are really nice complementary pieces. Those are not superstars.
That's all you got right now. You ain't. We didn't trade for Soto.
That was Mo's last stand there, not being able to trade for Soto. I will never live that down. Could have gone all in on the Pujols, Wainwright, and Yachty last ride. As a fan base, we would have bought that. Okay, we're trying to get one more ring with those guys. Sell the farm. That would have been okay. But he refused to sell off Dylan Carlson, who I think is is a free agent somewhere, bouncing around the MLB at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Last I saw, he was with the Orioles and they had released him.
Tyrell, it is the season of giving. Let's have a little fun here. The Thanksgiving draft. Well, I'll give you the topic. I'll let you pick first. Give me your Thanksgiving day entree.
Smoked turkey.
Oh, great choice. Give me just. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go deep fried turkey. Let's get the big fryer out. Let's cause a fire somewhere.
Yes, love a fire. Okay. You want mashed potatoes or sweet
potatoes? Nothing says the holidays like a call to the fire department. Give me mashed all day. I don't like sweet potatoes.
All right. Okay, with you there.
Give me a bread.
I don't really do it that much, and I always brag on her. My wife has perfected my mom's, which is my grandma's dinner rolls, has perfected them to where it's about on par with my grandma. So we own her own restaurant. So I'm going to say my wife's dinner rolls are legit.
Oh, nice choice. In the last several years, we have just gone to Texas Roadhouse and bought their rolls and taken them to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's the move.
Nice.
Last one here on the food section. Give me a dessert.
I'm a weird guy, and I like a pecan pie. But if I'm really going to tell you, it's going to be apple pie. I'm not a pumpkin dude.
On Thanksgiving? Apple pie?
Yeah, just pumpkin don't hit, man. I've never liked it.
I'll eat like one piece of pumpkin, but give me the pecan all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's classic Thanksgiving food. Give me a cup of coffee and put the whole pie in front of me and the Dallas Cowboys, and that thing's gone.
I'm with you. I love a good pecan pie.
What's your Thanksgiving activity? You got a turkey bowl? You just watching football all day? You playing cards?
We're playing cards and watching football all day and drinking a little bit of wine.
Just why not just go all in on the wine with the food and pass out? That's what the 3:30 game's for, is to pass out after lunch.
Yes, I always wonder why my uncles did that. Yep, exactly.
Well, now you're old enough to be that uncle.
Hey, I am that uncle. You're right. Unfortunately.
And 3 glasses of wine, start talking politics at the table, and just watch grandma cry because you're ruining Thanksgiving. I mean, that is the true American way.
If not coming downstairs from being Blackout Dunk from Blackout Wednesday, absolutely yes, it is the American way.
We are far too old for Blackout Wednesday now, my friend.
Tell me about it.
I put too much work into Thanksgiving dinner to not enjoy it.
I know. Brian and the turkey takes forever.
We are going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. We'll be back probably sometime, couple weeks. The winter meetings are going to kick off. To all of our followers, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon.
Later.